Hello everyone, my name is Daphne Alva. Panther ID is 2857505, and the topic that I'm going to speak about today is layoff. Um, Employment ends for a positive reason, such as a new job, a person resigning, or if we're lucky, fortunate to get a retirement. Employment also ends from a negative reason, such as layoffs, downsizing, job termination, or even firing. In a world where we live today, every day is already a gamble, a chance we take with our lives, not knowing what the next day or future holds in store for all of us. That is where the term comes, I'll see you tomorrow if God willing. Layoffs. It can affect a person's self esteem, ego, and also you have a lack of steady income. The results of all of this can lead to anger, property damage. You can also become a disgruntled employee by hurting yourself and so forth, according to Oklahoma Department of Commerce Journal. Layoffs and stress. I currently work for a company. You may see it in the news now. The company name is Jackson Memorial Hospital, and we're going through a lot of layoff, downsizing, and also salary cuts. Getting laid off from work is tough for anyone. Whether you enjoy the job or not, it can be a life changing situation or tragedy to anyone without an income in it. What can even be worse is the income you're receiving was not enough to put away for rainy days or the time you need to get laid off. When an individual gets laid off, it can be devastating shock. Unwillingly, the individual will link with different aspects of his or her life. Layoffs may cause anxiety. You start thinking about possible lack of money and the fact that it may be difficult to get a new job. According to Jim Wilson, if you are over 40 years old, there's also a constant belief of going around that nobody will ever want you. And I will give you an example that happened a few weeks ago at work. There was someone that was working for over 30 years in our company. He was a nurse and he did get laid off because we're getting letters. And I guess he had this mentality that no one wants him. So what he chose to do was end his life, which is not a way to go. But a lot of people choose that option because they feel as if they cannot ever find a job as good as that. So he led to that. Which brings me to this other aspect is that layoffs can bring like stress not only to the individual but stress to the co-workers, the family members, also society. Layoffs and stress. The recession has had a serious psychological impact on many business due to the stress associated with layoffs. We know from various research studies that negative emotions such as fear, anxiety, and sadness, which often accompany with workplace stress, have determining effect on workers' emotional and mental state and performance. Executive and managers' judgments and decisions, particularly regarding relationship issues, can become skewed and unstable over stressful conditions, particularly if the company focus in numbers. For example, okay, there's been a lot of layoffs, and I have to do now maybe three-person's job, but my employer is not looking at the fact that I have to still do that work and perform within the same time frame. They're just looking at their numbers. Um, Pretty much what I want to say to wrap up is that we're very unclear of layoffs, and it's something that we're dealing with in our society, and it affects every single one of us. And as managers, we need to find out better ways as far as to deal with our employees by giving them psychological help, like an employee assisted program where they can go and speak to a psychiatrist and so forth. When it is clear that layoffs are frequently used by management strategies, tough economic times, to reduce costs, the true costs of the company are rarely calculated in terms of the impact on the employees. Productivity and emotional health, according to the journal published on September 2009 by Ray Williams in Wired for Success. This is pretty much what my paper is going to be about. I will Turnitin to turnitin.com, being that it's completed. And if you have any questions, feel free to blog. Have a good day, and thank you for listening.